Hey everyone, this is Wei and welcome back. Let's draw Emilia from the anime show Re:Zero. So let's get started and I'll talk about the process along the way. Alright, so to figure out how to draw this one's a little bit more complicated because it's kind of slanting downwards. So let's say this is the top of her eye. This is kind of what I'm trying to measure, okay? So this is the top of her eye, and if I go straight down, I'm trying to find the bounding box of her whole face. So let's rough in something and then we can go from there. So let's say this is the chin, eye. Let's say this is a little bit tricky. So let me draw this in first, kind of like the eye right here, and then another one here, so I can check the proportions. I go down, nose, mouth. Yeah, so a little bit too low. Well, actually not that bad, but all right. So this is kind of like I'm seeing the bounding box of her face, right? So this is coming down to her chin, and then this is the top of her eye, and then let's see, her brow would be right around here, but it's kind of, I'm actually seeing more of this hair shape first, right? It's kind of like curvature right there. So that's what I'm seeing right there. So this encompasses her whole face. All right, so let's yeah, okay, I think it's close. So all right, let's start drawing her eye then. So one eye here, and she's got yeah, there's quite a lot of little stuff going on in her eye right here. So let's see, it comes in and there's a little curvature going back in this way. So it's kind of like this kind of shape. All right. And then let's see, it comes down like that. And then there's a highlight right here. I'm gonna just draw a little box. And this is the pupil right here. All right. Then let's see, should I shade it right now? Okay, let's just shade it. All right, so I'm just gonna make this a little bit darker so we can actually see what's going on. Because there's quite a some variations in the shading. Here's another highlight, so I'm gonna outline that. All right, so that is the black, and then the purple, obviously it's a little bit lighter. So we kind of have to make it not as dark. Oops. That needs to be a little bit lighter. I think that's one of her features in the eye. So it's very unique, right? And you kind of have to memorize those kind of features because that's how animes are, characters. It's just slight variations in how they draw the eye, and you got another character. All right, so here. Seems a little bit sharper down here. Oh, it's definitely a very pretty eye. Do you like the style? Okay, so I mean, actually that's quite a bit of shading. I mean, normally I wouldn't shade that much so early. Just in case that I kind of messed up on the proportions, but I think it looks okay right now. So okay, so here is the other eye. So we kind of make sure that it's somewhat of a relates to that eye. So there's a curvature right here, right? You see this kind of shape right here. Then here is this other eyeball. Yeah, very tricky shape actually. So the more I look at it, it's like all of a sudden you start seeing all these little things. Okay, so here's another highlight right there. So I'm just outlining. All right, so this is dark here, dark. Then here, curves up. And then this down here again. And then here is, okay, it's outline. It's darker on the outside, right? Because it's black. And then when it's shaded, there's a little bit of gradation. It's lighter on the bottom. And then this part is a little bit darker. It's a little bit of distinction to the iris. To the pupil. I always get those two parts mixed up. All right, so here's a little line here. And then let's see her nose. it's really a placement, right? Because it's just like a dot. So it's probably somewhere right there. And then her lip is gonna come down, straight down, kind of curving, kind of like that. So it looks like I did make her face a little long. So now we can adjust for it. Chin is right there, the little point. All we have to do is find that mark and then we can connect it to this. All right. So I'm actually drawing this pretty carefully, and again, it's a female face, so I tend to be a little bit more careful with female face. It's a little bit more delicate. All right. So here's the strands. All right, her hair. Well, let's draw her eyebrow right here. So just kind of. So if you look at it, it kind of follows this line here, right? That's where it starts. So you kind of see the relationship to the eye. All right, maybe a little bit high. All right, and then the hair, which I might not be able to fit everything in here. So I'm just gonna sketch in the top part here. Again, it's kind of, I'm working with this kind of like an envelope. All right, and there's 2 layers. Sorry if it's a little bit hard to see, but okay, there's a braid here or some kind of, I don't know what it is. And you have a flower here. Yeah, gets a little tedious, but I think, so here is the flower. Let's see the relationship. Yeah, it's probably about this high. So just roughly. All right. So very loose. I mean, just kind of getting the placement of things. The hair, let's see. I mean, this is important, but we do have to draw this. I can't skip all the hair, but because this kind of defines her face. So when you're drawing these hair, just let the lines go past. Don't stop it at, because it's okay to have these kind of guidelines. It actually really helps. So you see how long my strokes are, and then we can always correct them. So let's say we like this. Okay, this strand looks good, so I just gonna go in. There, 1. So this is very I'm trying to do it as a one continuous stroke as much as I can. So I go up, up, up. So it's like a flickering. I'm using my whole wrist. That way I can get a nice cleaner curve. All right. So it's definitely a very attractive looking character. Let's see. There's a lot of little stuff going on here. Okay, so here is another one. So here's how you can draw these things, right? You see how I simplify the shape here. And then once I have this, then I can go in and actually draw in the actual curvature of things. So always kind of approach, especially these cartoon stuff, big shapes, and then refine it to smaller and smaller shapes. And then for things like this, we can always just kind of like erase out the lines in there if I can. Oh, actually, I almost forget an ear. Okay. Yeah, so there's a lot of little stuff. I think it looks like her. All right. So, I mean, the rest, I don't know if I'm gonna do all this. Is quite so much stuff. So I might finish this off screen, but yeah, let's see what happens. All right, so here's my final drawing for Emilia, and I just kind of pushed it a little bit more, not too much, because there's a lot of little stuff going on. But overall, this is kind of how you approach drawing these kind of anime faces, just kind of doing the bounding box first. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you do, please do give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.